Have you ever felt emotionally exhausted after talking to someone you love? Instead of feeling happy or peaceful, you feel drained, confused, maybe even smaller than before. Love is supposed to feel warm, safe, and comforting. So why do some relationships feel like emotional quicksand instead of solid ground?
Toxic relationships don't usually start toxic. They begin like a dream. They feel intense, exciting, and deeply passionate. But we often mistake intensity for real intimacy. Imagine meeting someone who gives you non-stop attention and makes you feel truly special. Your brain floods with dopamine, making the connection feel exciting and addictive. In that rush of emotional fireworks, you don't notice the red flags.
Humans are wired for attachment, and we learn our love patterns in childhood. If love once felt inconsistent, your brain may link affection with uncertainty. So when someone mixes warmth with withdrawal, it doesn't feel wrong. It feels familiar.
Toxic relationships often run on intermittent reinforcement, like gambling. When affection comes unpredictably, it becomes more addictive than consistency. You experience intense love one moment and cold distance the next. Your brain keeps hoping, maybe this time I'll get the love I want.
You replay conversations at night, wondering if you were too sensitive or said the wrong thing. Toxic relationships slowly twist your inner narrative. Instead of questioning their behavior, you start questioning yourself.
Toxic partners often use subtle control, sarcasm, small criticisms, quiet emotional jabs. Over time, these pinpricks create gaslighting effects that make you doubt your feelings. Slowly, you start trusting their version of reality more than your own instincts.
Your emotions are signals, like internal weather warnings, even if they aren't always logical. If your chest tightens around someone, your body may be sensing danger. Sometimes your brain is trying to protect you, even when your heart wants to stay.
People stay in toxic relationships because love becomes emotionally complicated. They are attached not just to the person, but to the good version of themselves they felt. They hold on to the happy memories, laughter, and emotional comfort they once experienced.
Leaving a toxic relationship isn't just about leaving the person. It's about grieving the future you imagined with them. You can grieve someone alive or a relationship that never became what you hoped.
Trauma bonding is like emotional addiction, where pain and love get mixed together. When hurt is followed by sudden affection, your brain feels powerful relief. Sometimes that relief can feel stronger than happiness itself. Humans are emotional, pattern-seeking beings rather than purely logical ones. Your brain prefers familiar patterns, even if they are unhealthy, because unpredictability feels dangerous. So sometimes you stay in what feels familiar, even when it's not good for you.
Toxic relationships can cause you to change your personality just to keep peace. You slowly start shrinking your opinions, style, and emotional presence. It's like dimming your own light to make someone else comfortable.
Toxic relationships are rarely just one villain and one victim. They often involve two wounded people reacting to emotional fears. Their unresolved wounds can create emotional conflict without realizing it.
Neuroscience shows that love and pain activate similar parts of the brain. That's why heartbreak can feel like physical pain with fatigue or chest heaviness. Your brain treats social rejection like physical danger because it once meant survival risk.
Have you ever felt lonelier inside a relationship than when you were alone? That often means your emotional needs aren't being safely expressed or met. Loneliness in relationships is a major psychological warning sign. Healthy love feels like emotional breathing, safe to move closer or slightly away. Toxic love feels like holding your breath, constantly monitoring moods and reactions. You feel like you're walking through emotional landmines.
Social media shows only relationship highlight reels, not real struggles. You see happiness online, but not the silent arguments behind the scenes. You start comparing your real life to someone else's filtered fantasy. Hope can sometimes keep you trapped in toxic emotional cycles. You keep believing things will change with more love or better communication. Real change requires consistent effort and accountability from both sides. Toxic relationships often follow a repeating emotional cycle. Tension builds, followed by conflict. Then comes reconciliation and a honeymoon phase of affection. But soon, tension starts building again. The emotional seasons keep repeating endlessly. Knowing when to stay or leave is complex, as relationships aren't simple equations. Your emotional health shouldn't feel like a constant battle. Love shouldn't make you betray your own emotional voice. Notice how you feel about yourself when you are with that person. Do you feel stronger and respected, or smaller and dismissed? If you are afraid to express disagreement, that may be a warning sign. Healing from toxic relationships is not a straight path. You may miss them even after knowing the relationship was unhealthy. It doesn't mean you are weak, it just means your brain seeks familiar emotional patterns. Give yourself patience during healing, just like you would to a friend. You wouldn't call a friend weak for struggling in a toxic relationship, so don't be hard on yourself either. Toxic relationships can teach you about your boundaries, needs, and vulnerabilities. They help reveal your emotional strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes pain becomes a teacher wearing uncomfortable clothes.
Keep exploring and learning about your mind and psychology. Understanding psychology helps you understand yourself better, and self-understanding is where real freedom begins.